It was not until the moment the woman's mask was torn off that everyone was shocked to realize that the polo champion who had dominated the field was actually the frail princess. Unbeknownst to them, she had only 3 months left to live. It turned out she was the Xie family's most perfect daughter and also the humblest princess in the royal family. Her whole life had been lived for others. She had been forced to sacrifice herself for her family's honor, becoming a pawn to gain favor with the powerful. Marrying a prince she had never met, she believed that by faithfully fulfilling her wifely duties, she could one day earn her husband's love. But 2 years passed, and all she received was endless coldness and humiliation. The prince regarded her as the queen's spy, and was utterly disdainful of her, while the queen saw her only as a tool for bearing heirs, forcing her to drink countless bowls of bitter fertility soup, and even kneel and bow repeatedly while copying scriptures 100 times, just to bear a son. At the moment she was completely despondent. A doctor's diagnosis delivered a fatal blow, revealing she had only 3 months to live. Yet this near-death despair ignited her long-suppressed madness. She decided to live her true self in the remaining 3 months. When the maid brought the fertility soup she had endured for 2 years, she poured it over the flowers without a glance. That evening when the prince returned from the expedition, expecting to see his timid wife, he was surprised by her uncharacteristic boldness. He asked why she didn't know he was returning today, and she replied that the prince had never informed her. How could she have known? Was she supposed to guess? But this was only the beginning. The next day the arrogant princess openly slandered the woman as the queen's spy, claiming she was a meek and obedient mute. Yet before she finished, the woman unexpectedly appeared in the council hall for the first time, demanding the princess present proof she was a spy. The princess, embarrassed and furious, accused her of eavesdropping, and raised her hand to strike. But she never expected that this former weakling would boldly grab her wrist and declare she was the lady of this place. By status, she was the princess's sister-in-law. By etiquette, she had broken protocol. As the princess prepared to resist, the prince stepped in just in time, ordering the princess to apologize to her sister-in-law. The woman then presented her dowry and personal accounts, asking the prince for permission to manage them herself. Seeing this unfamiliar wife, the prince felt shock and curiosity for the first time, but her madness had only just begun. The next day at the queen's court morning assembly, the palace concubines mocked her for her simple attire and 2 years of childlessness, ridiculing her openly. But this time she no longer endured silently. She openly exposed Princess Jhoan's fake pregnancy to compete for favor. The scandal of Consort Lee secretly lending money at high interest left everyone speechless. She even looked directly at the queen, sharply pointing out the queen had been mocking the prince's heirs, questioning whether it helped or harmed the prince. Her words hit the queen's sore spot, leaving her trembling with anger yet unable to retaliate. Just as the queen was about to strike, the prince arrived in time. He not only defended the woman, but also exposed the concubines' misdeeds completely, and punished them by sending them to the temple to pray and copy scriptures for the princess until she conceived. This not only avenged the woman, but also humiliated the queen. Afterward, the prince expected her gratitude, but she coldly revealed that it was merely a political move to remove rivals and gain advantage. To show his apology, the prince handed over the palace's financial authority to her, expecting her to remain cautious. She surprisingly began indulging in extravagant spending the next day.